How do we start it though? Just like that, hey? Hey, Darryl.
Yeah. Hey, Jeremy, how you doing?
I'm doing well, Darryl. Good to see you again. You're here. I don't know if anybody noticed or if you haven't watched our first episode yet, you can go back and see it. But when we were done
Yeah.
recording, Darryl had mentioned that it kind of looked like I might have looked like a kind of Disney character there with the way I had my discs set up. So in honor of that, I've come prepared with
There you
my
go.
R2D2 ears
That's
that I
all,
picked up.
that's almost perfect. Those discs,
And
they
actually,
look like they're just sitting on the shelf right now.
well, I'm not going to wear this the whole episode. I just thought you might get a kick out of that.
Okay.
Now, I know I threw this on you. We didn't discuss this. So put on your
Yeah.
thinking cap here and shoot some
Yeah.
holes in my idea.
The bit of a pause there was me taking a second to try and think the pros and the cons.
And all you can
I,
think of is how wonderful the idea is, right?
yeah, we'll end the episode there.
Yeah, no.
Or should I say, it could be partly my catchphrase? You know that I like your idea, but you're wrong.
Ouch.
I
So
don't
what?
know. I don't necessarily love the idea. I'm not going to say I hate it. I'm just
Okay.
trying to think why I don't like it. I
Hey,
think that
everybody. Welcome to Chain Out, the disc golf podcast for Canada. Nope, I'm not doing that one. I got lost. I got lost.
I could
I,
feel you were like searching for words.
I'm like, I went way beyond the simple thing.
Yeah.
So we'll do it again. 5 seconds. It'll just be simpler. I think what it is I don't know what
Episode 3?
it's episode 3, but do I want to call it the Chain Out or Welcome to Chain Out podcast? Episode 3, I think.
Chain Out Podcast.
Yeah. Okay. Because that's how we've got it labeled. So.
Yeah.
With you. I'm Jeremy, and with me, as always, is Darryl.
Hello, everybody. How's it going, Jeremy?
Going well, Darryl. How about you? How you feeling, buddy?
I don't know. Can you tell? My voice is. I'm not. I got that bit of a sexy Barry White voice going on, I think.
Oh,
Or
you
just
say sexy Barry White. I was thinking maybe a little Phoebe Buffet smelly cat
baby.
voice there.
Yeah.
Podcasting energy that we've got is like a healing energy. That's what I'm going
There
to
you
say.
go. Yeah. Channeling my inner Phoebe Buffet.
Yeah, there you go. Well, thanks, everybody, and we'll see you on the next one. Until then, till then, Smelly Cat says, chain out.
Chain out.
There for it. But for me, I think what the difference is that if I have an errant shot at Nor'Wester, I'm gonna hit a car. A car is pretty strong. It's gonna my disc is gonna bounce off it. If I have an errant shot at the hills, and
I know
hit
where
a
you're
person, it's gonna bounce off them, but it could do a lot more damage hitting a person. And I feel that those tight
Right.
lines, I'd rather go onto a road and hit a car or hit a truck or something like that than hit an actual person. So that's what I'm gonna use as my deciding factor of why I'd prefer to play Nor'Wester. Plus, Nor'Wester's gonna have the longer distance, all the things that we
Right.
talked about than the hills. But one of those things is I'd rather hit a car than hit a person.
That's a fair.
Hey everyone, welcome to Chain Out Podcast. I'm Jeremy, and with me as always is your favorite co-host, Darryl.
Favorite co-host?
Why, thank you, Darryl and Jeremy. I'm so happy to be on Chain Out Podcast with you and glad that you were able to invite me. I'm really excited to tell you a lot about I'm not the guest that you were expecting to have on the show tonight? How did you know?
That's the thing. So I had a huge mix,
Yeah.
a whole bunch of different brands, but then I hold a Comet, and then I hold a Buzz, and then I hold a Wasp, or I hold whatever. Name your EMAC Truth or whatever.
Yeah.
They all feel a little bit differently in your head. It's not the same disc, even if it's virtually the same disc. If you hold an EMAC Truth and a Buzz SS or whatever
Yeah.
you consider to be the same as that, it's not gonna in your head it's not going to be the same disc. So
Yeah.
Right.
That's such an interesting way to look at it, Jeremy. I've never thought about that. I mean, I know I've spoken. Obviously, Tim said that at one point he had 7 Nate Sexton Firebirds in his bag, and they kind of explain it. Yeah, obviously, the more beat in the disc gets, the more understable it gets. So that's why they have that. But until Brendan just said it, then like not necessarily having the disc because it beats in, but just having it because it feels the same. You've got the same disc in your hand, you're throwing it, and it's that's kind of just hit me there for a second. So it feels like I've just leveled up in my disc golf knowledge now. That's the reason for having multiple discs of the same, because of the feel.
Yeah, like I'm not trying to get you to stop buying discs. I just want you to buy more of the exact same disc.
Yeah,
and then if it's wrong, you just have to buy more of a different disc.
You want to hear something? I hear there's a secret word on the street. I don't know nothing. But I hear the secret word is horse feeder. But you didn't hear it from me. Yeah, no. So who knows what's going to happen in the spring and summer? Maybe we might go down to 1 every 2 weeks. Maybe we'll
Don't
the quality
talk
won't.
like that.
Who knows what's going to happen? I'm just preempted. I'm just kind of giving ourselves a barrier. What do they say? Under promise and over deliver.
Over deliver. I'm just going to over deliver all the time. You like the weekly? We're giving you the weekly.
Yeah, you don't have to episode. All right, let's do it. What have you been up to? People don't want to hear our woes of editing. They just want the final product. And this is the final product. So what have you been up to?
It's easy for you to say, hey, yeah, I'm cool if women play. Oh, it's a women's event. I'm going to go out to this other course and play that weekend. Well, why wouldn't you just give that weekend up and support them?
That's such a good point.
I was thinking that same thing, Jeremy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I know Kristen
it makes total sense as well.
Kristen Swirls, I think, has an event coming up, right?
She's up first.
Yeah. She's up first. How many men are going to step up and spot? Like when I was in Cranbrook for Crush in 2022,
Hey, everybody. We're here. We're a little bit late, but that doesn't matter if you watch it on the weekend.
No, it does
We're
not.
here. We're Jeremy and Darryl. We're welcome to the Around the Basket, episode 35.
Mm-hmm.
The one doing all the talking right now is Darryl.
And the silent guy who barely ever talks on any of these episodes is me, Jeremy. And if you believe that, this must be your first episode.
If you believe that, I have a lakefront property in New York to sell you.
I got a bridge to PEI I could sell you.
There you go. Well, if you're joining us now live, then probably you just watched our Chain Out podcast number 89, our Central Eastern Juniors number 2. Such a fantastic episode with 3 great juniors. We had Alistair Robertson, Brooklyn O'Krafka, who's been on the podcast before, and Oliver Murphy out of PEI.
That's right. And I was trying to think about it. Was last year we had Nico Jesse. Did I get it right?
Nico Jesse
on. And he was, would you think he was 11 or 12 years old at the time? Because him and Alistair are both probably the 2 youngest guests we've ever had on the podcast.
I actually want to say he was 10. No, okay. Was he that young?
It could be. But both of them, young disc golfers, and they had the courage to come on to a disc golf podcast and chat with us. Both did an amazing job.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Alistair had that tip that he had about putting.
Amazing. Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
One of those things that I don't know if you ever really think about. Yeah. If you don't know what we're talking about, go back and watch the episode. But definitely a different tip than you would expect from an 11-year-old.
And just the way of looking at it, and why maybe, sometimes we'll rush to get our putt because we're worried about it, and why you need to take your time and really take as much time as you need and make sure that putt counts.
And not only take as much time as you need, don't rush the putt because you think it's such an easy putt and you think, I don't need time. It's only 3 feet in front of me. I can throw this in.
Yeah.
With my bag on my shoulder with a lefty putt. No. Don't do it.
So that was great. Brooklyn, she's just grown and from last year when we talked to her. She did a great job on the show last year,
Yeah.
but she seems like a seasoned podcast professional now, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so relaxed with us as well. Like we had a great conversation, a lot of banter.
How about those discs too?
Yeah, they're gorgeous. And
Yeah.
well, stay
And
tuned
I'll
because
probably say later next year it'll be like, yeah, those porcupine discs you had last year.
exactly.
At least I'd be a little closer than platypus to dolphin.
Well, yeah, they're underwater.
That happens. And then the other one I was thinking about was at the end there, we had Oliver Murphy on.
Yeah.
And Oliver, that's our first. Well, I think Ben Smith is from PEI. He's been
Right.
on, and Dylan Gowdy's from the Maritimes. But yeah, we haven't had somebody on for, and of course, Luc Richard. But then,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go from Gabby Lee, Sophia out on the island.
From one
From
island
Victoria.
to the other island.
Exactly. We've crossed, and then we've had, yeah. I was going to say we've had, I want to call him Moose Pretzel, but he's not called Moose Pretzel.
Eden Badajoz.
Eden Badajoz, but he was from Alaska, not from.
That's right.
But we've had, north,
He was
south,
north,
east to west.
Yeah, and then Rose Shurtick was down in, I
Maine?
had said before Maine, but she was New Hampshire.
Oh, okay.
Right, but yeah, you have to pass through Maine to get there. But
Oh, there you go.
exactly. So quite a stretch there. You know, one thing, because
We almost had you on when you were in Mexico, but
Oh, did I come on? No, I just was in the chat.
you were in the chat. Yeah,
That's
we
right.
almost.
You and I talked while I was in Mexico, so
Yeah.
I was on.
Afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. But next week, I'll be on from Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah,
We'll see how that goes.
absolutely.
Mhm.
Yeah, bring me back some.
What do you
bourbon.
think? If you're going to have to really kind of take
No,
the
don't
reins
bring me
that show, I think.
Well, you think?
I think so. Maybe the outline, what I'll do is I'll write it out a little different where it's like, this is Darryl, this is Jeremy.
Is it-
Only because you know how when we're apart, there's that lag.
Yeah.
So I just don't want us talking over each other the whole time.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
This is probably after show talk, but
No, this is Patreon Around the Basket.
well, they
talk.
get to see everything. Yeah, they get to see the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Well, and I will tell them.
And those all
about
three
one
of those are me.
these. I wanted to say something. So here's your behind the scenes Patreon friends and pals. Is that I don't know. Darryl thought I was in a loopy mood when I wrote the outline for the previous episode, but there was a couple things that I had in there when we went through the dry run where we kind of before the episode we go through and we kind of read it.
Mm-hmm.
I think we would have been on a giggle fest. And I don't know if you noticed, but even during that episode, I don't know if you did, but there was a couple times where I almost broke. Did you?
There was a couple times where you smirked or smiled.
Yes, and you just.
And I looked at you and I'm like, what just happened? Because I don't know, but it was something in the chat that you were reading. And it was something that I thought that I had said. So I thought you were triggering off me. And then that kind of made me pause. And I'm like, okay, where are we going with this? I don't know what's happening, but.
Yeah, there was a couple. And I think what happened was, what I'll
Thank
say.
you, Shelley. Shelley says that we're funny.
Well, Shelley, I'll
try.
Thank you. We appreciate that. I'll tell you what it was, is I put in the beginning, I had you'll enjoy this, Shelley, because you know both players. So we were talking about Sophia and Thomas being at Worlds. And at the point when I was writing up the outline, they hadn't really played their rounds yet. So I didn't have a lot to talk about that, but we were going off of a lot of the things that they were posting. And the line I had in there where Darryl and we took it out because we would have laughed. They would have appreciated it, but it was, Sophia Donica, while she was out in Finland so far, she got to play around with the legendary Scott Stokely. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, Thomas Gilbert got a haircut.
Only because that's what he posted on his socials.
Yeah, it looked like he met this really cool guy from Finland who gave him a haircut, but just with the juxtaposition of the two. And Darryl and we were laughing in the startup, and I said, no, we can't put that in because
can't put that in because I'll go and I won't be able
and
to come
that
back.
early in the episode, it would have been a mess.
Yeah,
such a mess.
Shelley just wants to say, because we're lining up a doubles with Colleen and Brooklyn, and I don't know how it's going to go down. And like you said, we need some strokes on this doubles game.
Yep.
She says that, by the way, Brooklyn kicks my ass every time we play. So yeah, she's definitely a great player, and we're looking forward to playing with her.
Yeah. So I would ask Shelley, I know there's probably no hope, but if there was even a little bit of hope for the two of us in a doubles competition against the power putt girls,
The
as
power
we've
putt, yeah.
learned.
There's no pause in between. It's not power putt.
The power putt girls.
There you go. You got it.
Which would be Colleen and Brooklyn. Do you have any tips for us? Any tips?
And
So-
a Tonya Harding?
No,
No,
nothing
we're not going to
like
go that
that.
far.
No, I think if maybe we the way I think our biggest strength on the disc golf course is the way we bicker. That might
Is
throw
that,
people off.
but is that a strength for other people?
Yeah. I'm not too
It
sure.
goes against our game for sure. No, I think, yeah, I think we might surprise people.
I think we will. We've played doubles before. You just had a doubles round with Zoltan from the Edmonton area, and you
Yeah.
guys did a good job, right?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, went clean.
Yeah. No bogeys and
That's what clean means.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what it means?
Yeah.
Well, what on the Patreon episode tonight, you've got a quiz, but before the quiz, we have to chat a little bit. I did come up with a topic here for us to talk about, and it's kind of maybe more near and dear to the way you got into disc golf, really, when you think about it.
I'm just laughing because Shelley's tip for beating Brooklyn is distraction.
Distraction.
And I think we're going to be good at that. We have to load up on all our dad jokes.
Oh, I've got yeah, that's a great idea. Dad jokes. What
Yeah.
else do you have? Because I got something too.
That's what I got.
Oh, dad jokes. Okay, I've got it.
Okay.
We've got to find a way, and maybe somebody can help us.
Mm.
Maybe it's out on Amazon or out on Temu or something like that.
Yeah.
But what we need to get is a mini little that we can put in our luggage, a little tiny pocket balloon goon. So the guy who waves and blows up in the air.
Yeah.
And then we'll put that in front.
Right.
And maybe the comedy of it will be just enough
Yeah.
that it'll throw her off. Because it'll bring back the memories.
Right.
Yeah.
I got another thing as well.
What's that?
Leaning on from what Alistair said that he had at Worlds.
Okay.
Maybe we could go get a rubber chicken. And every time they go up and take a throw or take a putt, we just give that a squeak.
Oh, sorry. We thought you got a birdie.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, I think so. And I'm sure Alistair, it sounded like his card wasn't very impressed with the chicken. So he's probably more than willing to give it up to us.
Yeah. Well, he only had it for the one round.
Oh, okay.
And then he gave it back to the other guy, I think. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all right. Now we've got a game plan.
We do have some strategies. I think that's going to get us Brooklyn for sure. The chicken should probably get to Brooklyn and Colleen.
Yeah.
Anything specific for Colleen can you think of? She's
Not
so
off the top of
focused
my
too.
head, yeah.
She's been playing disc golf for quite a while.
Yeah.
And she knows her stuff.
She's probably seen it all.
Yeah.
Good. Nothing we can do to throw her off her game, I'm thinking.
It won't work. But yeah, so back to the way you started getting to disc golf. When we've never done your origin story. We've talked about it, and Shelley may or may not have heard it.
Maybe we'll do that for episode 100.
Do our origin story?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know. I think we have talked about it. It's probably we haven't really done it as a origin story.
No.
But we've talked about how we found out about disc golf. But yeah, sorry, carry on.
Yeah, and well, go ahead, and why don't you tell everybody how you got into disc golf? I love it, Shelley.
Yeah,
that is a great idea.
That is something that
That's
we
how
can
we'll
work
get
on.
Colleen.
The way that we get Colleen is we get her drunk.
Yeah,
I like it.
That's right. Well,
I think that might go against us because I think if I'm going to try and get somebody drunk, then I might partake as well, and then that might end up taking us down. But
I think what we could do is we could bring
have some of that non-alcoholic beer.
Yeah, we bring some of our Alberta 8% IPAs.
Yeah, there you go.
And we'll give her a couple beers, and we'll each have a couple beers, and we can have some Corona Zeros.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Okay.
But yeah, how did you get into disc golf? What was it that got you in before you even started playing?
Yeah, we've said it before, is that when I first got into disc golf, I Googled disc golf Edmonton because I was thinking, where is the nearest course? How far am I going to have to drive to play this game that I wanted to play? And then I found out that Edmonton had its own disc golf community, and there was 3 or 4 courses in Edmonton. Prior to that, what got me into it was watching Joe Mez and watching disc golf on YouTube. I had probably been watching it for 5 or 6, 7 years before I actually even decided to even throw a disc, because I just thought it was an American thing. I didn't realize we had courses and such community up here in Canada.
And what was it? Do you remember what was it that got you to watch disc golf? Did it just show up on your YouTube?
It was really weird because I don't remember the exact tournament. I don't remember the exact video, but the video that I watched that got me into it must have been from something like 95.
Okay.
It was like an older video.
Oh, like a Ken Climo era.
Yeah, it was around that era. I think it was probably Macbeth.
Was he young?
Yeah, he would have been young. It probably would have been, I can't even think of the people that were on the card at the time. but I remember the two people that were commenting were high as kites.
Oh.
They must have been. They were out of their, they were quite laid back in their commentary. But just watching these people throwing this frisbee in the woods
Mm-hmm.
and it not hitting a tree,
Right.
and thinking to myself, how can you throw this piece of plastic, a frisbee? How can you see? They were shaping shots through the trees, and how they would throw these shots so high, go so far into the woods, and they wouldn't hit a tree,
And that was just
and
okay.
that was it.
And that
But
was
I
a
remember
nice
the videos that I was watching was they would have big crowds.
Okay.
There was a lot of people watching it, and I think that's why I got into it. And I was like, oh, this is actually like a big time sport. Like people are actually watching it, and it's not just, you know, like a X Games event, or even though X Games is big now, but
Yeah.
um,
It was
yeah,
just kind of a fringe event or something. You
yeah,
thought of that, but then you saw all the
yeah.
crowds. Now, do you think that those two commentators that you heard that day, were they maybe the inspiration? If you've seen Dodgeball, have you seen the movie
No,
Dodgeball?
I've never seen Dodgeball.
Well, in the movie Dodgeball, there is a point where it's like the world competition of dodgeball, tongue in cheek,
Right.
the whole time.
Yeah.
And there's two commentators, and one of them is Jason Bateman, and
Okay.
he's playing like a washed up ex dodgeball professional player,
Right.
and he's got the whole like slang going, and either drunk or high or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
So
I'd like to be able to find that, go back
that
and
same
watch that.
video.
But I mean, if I saw it, I don't know if I'd recognize it and be like, yeah, this is the one. But yeah,
Yeah. Well, I guess where I was going, and that's awesome because you did watch it for 7 years. I picked it up. I don't think I've watched it too much. I've never bought a DGN subscription,
right.
but I've watched when I'm working at home. I'll have it on the side if it's the first round of a tournament and it's free on YouTube.
Yeah.
I'll take a look at that. Every now and then I'll catch a Jomez Pro short or highlight, but I've never
Right.
watched a whole round necessarily. And I was kind of wondering, I'm like, what do you think about like the way they do disc golf content right now and having that private one channel? Like, do you think it's something that DGN has to get paid for what they're doing,
Yeah.
but do you think it's something where it needs to be a little more open and free, or is that maybe why they have Jomez Pro and you just have to be patient if you want to see it for free?
Yeah, I think it's probably a vicious circle in some regard. Is you look at regular golf,
Yeah,
it's free. You don't have to. It's not behind a paywall.
well, it's on a station that you probably paid for the station,
right?
or
But
your cable or whatever.
yeah, it's part of your cable package. Yeah, it might be a specific sports package or whatever, but it's it's on cable. It's free to a certain degree. But once you have it, you can watch as much disco or as much golf as you want.
Mm-hmm. And you
But
get some
I know
really good coverage too.
Yeah.
Right? Like you get multiple cameras and all
Yeah.
this. And it's one of those things that I know it's been talked about a lot, but it's just like, how does disc golf, is it the whole chicken and the egg, or this because you're like, oh, we need this before we can do this,
Right.
but we can't do this
without
if
that.
we don't do that.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. And I think that's the thing. What I was going to get to is they have to pay, they have to charge to watch it because that pays for the cameras and the broadcast quality and the relays and all the communication they have on the course. That doesn't come for free. The money has to come from somewhere. The money's not coming from sponsorships and external, avenues and things like that. So where do they get their money from? They get it from subscriptions. So then that puts it behind the paywall. Are they doing enough to try and expand that? I don't know. I'm not a marketing guy. I'm not a sales guy. I don't know how hard that is. I mean, they did get a few big sponsors with Barbasol,
right?
And
and didn't they have
the lawyer? Or
I thought they had an outdoor. Was it Lee Valley was a sponsor for one of the events too?
May have been, yeah. But I know
that's a big name.
Yeah, but I know they've had a few like LL Bean.
Yes, or maybe that was it, LL Bean. I was thinking Lee Valley, but maybe it was
right. I think it was LL Bean. So they've had a few, and then I know, if you watch Tour Life, Brody has brought that up before about why Barbasol and disc golf. Like those two things don't go together.
Well, people need to shave.
Is it somebody at Barbasol likes disc golf, so they're like, okay, we're going to sponsor this, or is it the son or daughter of the VP of Barbasol likes it, so they say, Dad,
put some money into this.
Yeah, exactly. Like where does that connection come from, and how do we get more money into disc golf? How do we make disc golf popular to have sponsors want to pay money to be able to promote this event and make them free.
Right. Yeah.
Because I think, and I know it's been talked about before, is that, getting disc golf onto Sportsnet or Sports or TSN sort of thing, it's only on there when someone throws a crazy ace. You never see great shots, never see great putts or anything like that. You just see the holy shot. You see the Philo Albatross thing.
Or Macbeth's perfect round.
Yeah, things like that is the only time that it gets on that sort of exposure.
Mm-hmm.
How do we make it so that it's not seen as just it's a silly fringe frisbee sport, and it's actually, athletes that are taking it seriously, and we need to, do we need to get more prize money? Do we need to get sponsors of local events? Does that raise the exposure to the what do you call it? Raise the interest, exposure of it? I don't know.
Well, I've got a couple thoughts on it. I want to get to Shelley's comment there too, though. She's saying that she enjoys DGN because she gets the full exposure to the FPO side of things.
Yeah, that's a great point.
And and it is. And like we saw just at the start of this tournament, Sophia Donica was on feature card for round 1. So that is a player that we want to see, and we want to, you and I have talked about it before, is we do enjoy the MPO side, but the FPO side we connect more with because they're throwing shots that, I guess when Taylor or Sophia throw a shot, that's something that we're never going to get to. But with some of the other pros who might have a shorter game, they're just picking apart courses, and it's not about high bombing it over all the trees and stuff. It's like, how do you throw a precise shot? And if we can throw that distance, but can we throw that shot? So it's much more entertaining to watch.
It's more achievable to us to throw those type of shots than to look at Gannon or Calvin and look at their shots and say, well, yeah, maybe I'd like to try that one day. There's no,
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah.
So the two things I was thinking is, one of the things we've seen, and we do it as well, is for our local tournaments, we'll sponsor a hole. Falcons Flight, we've sponsored a hole. River City we did as well. So we'll do that. And one of the things with that is I know there's the signage and there's a cost to that. So there's something about it. But I would think rather than maybe getting this one really big sponsor, if you made on the DGN side some of those whole sponsors a little more affordable, so nobody's really taking much of a risk, but you really go out of your way to make sure those sponsors get some coverage. And it might be a little bit gratuitous at the beginning, but I think that's fair that you might have to do that to get the interest, because it's like, what's in it for me? Why do I want to be part of your sport? What is the amount of people? Like, you're trying to sell, we have this amount of people and everything else, but it might not be enough. But if they go, okay, you're asking $1,000 from me, but I got like 6 minutes throughout the weekend of coverage, or pick your time, maybe that's too long, then maybe that makes it worth it, because they could never get that much exposure for $1,000 anyway, anywhere else. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess there's two levels to what you just said. When we sponsor a local tournament, not just us, because we like disc golf, so we're sponsoring it because we're supporting the event and the tournament. But let's say, we've, at our local events and our leagues and things like that, we'll get, the local Boston Pizza to support the event. They're not doing it because they want more exposure to Boston Pizza. They want to sell more pizza. They're just doing it because somebody...
usually there's a connection to disc golf, like that's the Boston Pizza one. But
so at a local level, you're not sponsoring an event or a league because you want exposure, because you want to sell more of your product. You're doing it because...
You'd love to, though. Like, if we got more subscribers, or if Boston Pizza sold more pizza, that's a benefit. They would love to have that.
How many people, let's say, let's take our biggest River City Cup. We have whole sponsors. Let's say Boston Pizza. I'm using Boston Pizza because I can't think of another sponsor at the moment that has sponsored. But Boston Pizza, but let's think of a different one, because we know that the Boston Pizza connection is obviously somebody works there that plays disc golf.
Yeah.
But let's think that Brock reaches out to a random company and says, hey, would you like to sponsor our event? We're a disc golf company. We'll put your name on a sign. Let's say, AHE this past weekend.
Yes.
We were out there.
Right.
A raffle prize was cryptic characters, an escape room. They gave away a prize of 4 people, an hour room sort of thing. That was a prize that they gave away. Now, what are they getting out of it? Are they getting it out there because they get their name out there? People are looking at it. People come up to the draw and they say, "Oh, cryptic character! I wouldn't mind going there. That's an escape room. I've never done that." If they don't win the prize, are they then saying, "Oh, this weekend, hey, I saw cryptic characters at this weekend as a escape room. Do you want to go do it?" And then it drives somebody else to go there.
I think
How many people what do you think cryptic characters gets out of it other than giving that prize away because they lose the price of 4 people admission?
Well, I think what I would tell you in a situation like that, that's a very low risk for them. So what they're doing is they're giving away a room of 4. They get a donation to the tournament, but with a room you can sometimes have 6, 7, 8 people in. So you'd be paying for those extra people. So they're hoping to get maybe a little bit of cash that way. And the other thing is I've done a number of escape rooms using your example that we've got there. And what would happen is that if you've done an escape room, then chances are you might do another one.
Right.
So if you do another 1 or 2 more, then it's kind of a little, that's the whole
Yeah.
give a little now, get a bit later.
Yeah.
So I think that works out well. But I think with if I can go back to the pizza one that we were talking about,
Okay.
is I would hope, and this happened when I was at the Edmonton Open with Kristen Swirls. We wanted to go out for lunch in the meantime. It wasn't the Boston Pizza that supports us, but we ended up going to Boston Pizza. I don't know if that was on my mind is exactly that, but I'm thinking I would hope that if we were thinking of a place to go for lunch in the area, that we would go, oh, right, that Boston Pizza supports our league and supports our tournaments. We should go there.
Right.
So that's what they're hoping. When you said, are they hoping people will go? Well, they're hoping that we're going to see their name enough and remember they supported us and then try to return the support.
I guess in your scenario there, that works for local because local Boston Pizza supports our league. You go out for a meal, you go to Boston Pizza because you're local. Let's take Spring Runoff.
We'll take Shelley's example.
I want to get to that one in a second because that's going up to the next level.
Oh, okay.
But still working at a local level, which I think is where, how do we get big name sponsors? If big name sponsors don't recognize that small people are putting in the money, then why should big people put in the money? But let's say we went to Spring Runoff, and I know this was a kind of a good example, really, for when you paid your registration. You got you got your players packs and things like that, but you also got a tag that allowed you to go to a pizza place to get a pizza and a beer for $20 or whatever the deal was. I forget exactly what it was.
Yeah, it was pizza. So, that's right. I think that was
so
exactly
they sponsor the event and they say, yes, we'll give you this tag. We'll give you X amount of dollars to help support the event, but put this tag on in the players packs and then say, you can come to our place and you could. So how many people at the event took up on that offer? Probably quite a few. And they didn't just go there for pizza and a beer.
One beer.
Yeah, they went and had
pizza.
a couple. Yeah. Or they had pizza and wings. Exactly. Yeah. So that makes sense, is that they got something back out of it, more probably, or even, or whatever it might be, from what they put into the event. So that was a symbiotic, Spring Runoff, and they got more money to run the event. The pizza place got money back in food sales.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
but
going to the big ones, like Shelley's saying.
Yeah. And
what is Europe doing?
Exactly. I think I don't know what they're doing. It may have something to do with the closeness of Europe. Shelley's comment is they need the European marketing. They have Ford sponsorship this week, and last week it was Nike.
Yeah.
And you look at Kristen Latt as well, from a player sponsor. She's sponsored by Porsche. Like, you got these big name companies. They're willing to invest in players and the sport. And why do they see it as a sport and an investment, and people in America don't?
It probably goes, I would say it probably goes back to just go to UDisc right now. Pull up Estonia, pull up Finland, pull up Sweden, and then also look at the rank of where the sport is. So maybe it goes back to that grassroots level, is growing it, and then if you build it, they come, right? It goes to that.
It's kind of a bad example in some regard, because, okay, if you look at Ford and Nike, or Nike,
I say Nike.
Nike. If Nike sponsors an event and I see Paul Macbeth, or not Paul Macbeth, I see Calvin Heimberg wearing Nike shoes and he wins Worlds or Disco Festival, I'm going to say, oh man, I want to wear Nikes like Calvin, because he just won that, right?
It worked for Air Jordans.
Right. if Kristen Lapp pulls up in a Porsche, I'm not going to say, "Oh man, I want to drive a Porsche like Kristen Lapp."
Well, you might want to.
What's Porsche getting out of that type of sponsorship? That's an elite level sponsorship.
That's a matter of, hey, we just want to use you in our marketing, and in return we'll support.
Yeah.
So that's getting the players that big. But another thing, so if we get kind of back to the track of getting more views on
Yeah.
coverage and what we could do and making coverage better, here's something I'll say that I think that they need to do.
Yeah.
Is they need to listen a bit. And I don't want to put any shade out there to this person, but as a commentator, but I've seen some comments about Nate Doss right now, and people were upset. And I don't think they were upset with Nate Doss. They were just upset that they weren't getting the commentator that they wanted. And they wanted, is it Seppu, is it? Or is it?
Yeah. Seppu Paivu?
I think so. Yeah. So,
yeah.
And he is an amazing commentator. And I've actually really enjoyed both when he's commentating with another European or when he's commentating with an American. And that almost goes back to this whole dodgeball and the very first thing you did. So maybe part of it is, let's spice up the commentating. And or at least give the people what they want.
Well, that comes back to, you can please some of the people some of the time. You can't please all of the people all the time, because
80% of the 20.
A lot of people, I've seen a lot of comments of people don't like Ian Anderson.
Right.
But I like Ian Anderson. I don't think he's a bad commentator. I like Jeremy Colling. I like Paul Yolabari, and I like Nate Sexton. I like their commentary style. When they're playing in the event, they obviously can't commentate on it. I know Big Jerm has moved a little bit off the playing side and onto the commentating side, but okay, so people like Seppu and they don't like this person. Some people like that person, they don't like this person. You're never gonna, you can't give the people what they want, because everyone, if you give the people what they want, no one will be happy.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna tell you what we need to do is we just need to put in our names, and if we go and commentate, it's going to be gold, Jerry, gold. And I think they're going to just watch it. The popularity of disc golf is going to go up even more. Sponsors will be clamoring. You'll be driving a Porsche before you know it.
Yeah, right. I know one thing you put there about watching DGN.
Oh, it's Essa is who it is, not Seppu. It's Essa.
Oh, Essa. Okay,
yeah,
with Juliana Korva. Yeah. You would put there about watching DGN, Jomez Pro, Park Pro, other content. Now, we obviously see it with Park Pro, but Jomez kind of does the same. Is an event will happen, and it'll be the next day before the footage comes out in the highlights, which
24 hours, right?
Next day coverage is pretty good. But, I found myself, I used to be, what was I like when we first got together was on a Saturday or Sunday, you would say, oh, did you see this event? And I would say, no, don't tell me, I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
And I would watch it a day later. So on Sunday, when everybody knows who won, I'm not watching YouTube. I'm turning everything off, because I wait until the Monday to watch it, to actually, because I like watching it and not knowing what happened rather than knowing who wins, because there's no drama in it. I don't see the point in that.
Yeah.
But if Jomez could get the footage out quicker, when I believe they could, because even if you didn't say 9 holes, because these people are recording footage, they're recording it onto, not when they're broadcasting it live, but they're recording it on SD cards. After 3 holes, 6 holes, they could take the card out, put a new card in. That card could be on a courier, somebody on foot, some lackey could be running it back to the Jomez house. Editors could be on it right away. They've got a couple of editors. They need one doing editing, one doing sound, one doing graphics. They could get it edited, and it could be out that night, given wind, storm and weather conditions and things like that, delays.
Well, I would think with what you're saying, sorry to interrupt you with it, but I think that this would have been the perfect opportunity to try something like that as Worlds, because Worlds is in Finland, and the second round, Sophia is going to be not Sophia, but I don't know if it was her, but the second round starts teeing off at 12:30 a.m. our time.
Right.
So I don't know about you, but I'm going to be a little busy in the morning. I'm going to have to wake up.
Yeah.
So at 12:30, I'm not going to be watching 3-4 hours of disc golf.
Right.
But you do have that window that maybe as I'm driving to work or as I'm getting ready for the day or something that you could
on a Friday. Yeah, but you'd be watching Saturday and Sunday.
Right.
So if they tee off at 12:30 on Saturday morning,
not me.
No.
12:30 in the morning.
No, but what I'm saying is they tee off at
12:30 tonight.
12:30 tonight on Saturday morning. By the time you wake up at 8 o'clock,
Yeah.
I'm saying the second. I'm saying the third and fourth round on Saturday and Sunday.
Okay, I'm with you.
When they tee off at 12:30, they could be done the round, edit it, and get it ready to be released on YouTube at 9 o'clock when you wake up.
Yes, exactly.
So that's what I'm saying. You were saying on the way to work. Well, people work on Thursday and Friday, but I'm talking about Saturday and Sunday over the weekend.
Yeah.
They could have the final rounds played, edited, and ready to watch by 9, 10 o'clock in the morning.
And that would be awesome.
Yeah.
And if they had it in that Jomez Pro style, which I think is very high quality content.
Yeah.
I really do enjoy it.
Yeah.
But anyways, we don't want to go on this forever. I
am
very excited to see the quiz that you put together. And Shelly, is it something that Shelly can kind of participate from remotely?
Yeah, kind of.
All right. So Shelly, get in on this with me here.
You can kind of get in on it, Shelly. It's more of a speed round for Jeremy. It's the same format as we've done before.
Okay.
So she can play along. I'll put them up on the screen, but you'll have them as well. So if you go to your notes and scroll down.
If I go to my notes, I'm going to do that.
We're going to play.
Oh, in this episode's notes?
This episode should be in there.
Oh, okay. Well, let me go back forward.
Today. We are going to play, and when you find it, I'll bring it up on screen.
Ooh, there we are. New quiz, who disc
so,
again?
The premise of this quiz is, if you're watching on the screen right now, there are 20 discs that I have picked.
Okay.
From trydisc.com.
Yes, that's who we've been using.
I'm not going to tell you anything about the discs, but there's 20 discs. I'm going to give you 10 questions.
Okay.
To 10 of the discs. So there's 10 discs and 10 red herrings type thing.
Yes.
The 10 discs that you at the end of the quiz. So you might want to check mark or do your things with the things that you somehow you want to organize it.
Yes.
The 10 that you pick at the end, tell me the connection between the 10 discs.
Of the 10 discs.
There you go.
Oh, wow. So it's a double quiz.
It's a double quiz.
All right. So I'm going to read these out for anybody. Well, nobody's listening on audio for this, are they?
No. But you can read them out.
I'll read them out. So we have the Pearl, Jaguar, Proof,
Jaguar,
Stratus, Griffon, Stratus and Griffin, Archer, Scavenger, Founder, Pteranodon, Rollo, Flat Earth, Paradox, Bounty, Flip, Launch, Stegosaurus, Origin, Tremor, Wolf, and Solar Eclipse.
Okay, so those are 20 discs. I have 10 clues.
Okay.
I read a question.
I get one answer.
You get one shot. If you answer it wrong, I move on to the next one, and we'll come back to that one.
Okay.
Until you've got.
That's the hardest part. You have to remember which ones I miss.
Yeah, I got to mark.
Somehow do something if I miss
delete the disc.
Okay.
Some of them may be easy. Some of them may have answers that could be 2 or 3 of the discs that are up there, but that's on you. I forget what my time was last week. I'm not going to.
Your time last week was like a minute 30 or a minute 45. I thought it was quick.
I'm not going to include the theme as a part of your time. So the timing part is just for the 10 questions.
The clock will stop.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you have as much time as you need to give me the theme.
All right.
Okay, you ready?
I am ready.
Okay. To pull my glasses down so I can read this.
Get ready to hit the start button.
Are you ready? In 3,
2,
2, 1. Back or front, or it can be random with a partner.
Back or front, random with a partner. Back or front, random with a partner. Back or front. I don't know, Pearl.
No. From November 22nd to December 21st, this disc is associated with this sign.
Oh, that's going to be looking. That's going to be, oh my goodness. What? With a solar eclipse?
No. A situation, person, or thing that combines contradictory features or qualities.
Contradictory features or qualities. A paradox.
Yes.
All right.
Primarily made of calcium carbonate, which crystallizes into aragonite or a mixture of aragonite and calcite.
Is Pearl.
Yes.
Okay.
This roof lizard is from the late Jurassic period, characterized by the distinctive kite-shaped upright plates along their backs and spikes on their tails.
Stegosaurus.
Yes. A cloud forming a continuous horizontal gray sheet, often with rain or snow. Yes. It has been used over the years as a pet name for Rudolph, Ralph, and Roland.
Rollo.
Yes. A person who manufactures articles of cast metal.
Is a founder.
Yes. A slight earthquake.
Is a tremor.
Yes. A wild carnivorous mammal living and hunting in packs. It is native to both Eurasia and North America.
Oh, that'd be a wolf.
Yes. Back or front, it can be back or front, or it can be random with a partner.
Flip.
Yes. From November 22nd to December 21st, this disc is associated with this sign.
We're gonna say Griffin.
Nope.
Archer?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, well, it's been a long time since I've done one. And I like that Shelley did give me a little help there.
Yeah,
Thank you, Shelley.
She was shouting out flip. Yeah, so let me just quickly run through back or front. It can back or front flip, and it can be a random flip with a doubles partner.
Yeah, I was really struggling, and then Shelley got it. So thank you to Shelley.
And it's one of those things where you
Once
know,
I knew
maybe
it,
you
I
know
knew
the
it.
answer, but you're scanning up and down the list, and it's like I just
It's not
cannot see it.
jumping
You
out.
can, yeah.
It took a bit because I don't know about you when you've been doing this, because I kind of caught on after the first two questions, but I was a bit nervous, and I think I couldn't see it.
Right. From November 22nd to December 21st, this disc is associated with this sign, Sagittarius. Sagittarius
This
is the archer.
And that was what I was looking at. I'm like, I do not see any signs here. And then I was like, oh, well, maybe it's like something else. That's why I was like, as a griffin kind of one of them.
Yeah. A situation, person, or thing that combines contradictory features. You got paradox.
Yes.
Primarily made of calcium carbonate, which was the pearl. You got that. You got on a roll. Once you settled in, you got on a roll. And I don't know if it was my questions were easy or
I waited till the end of them. So that did that affected my time.
Yeah.
But like when you did we'll get there. But keep going.
This roof lizard in from the late Jurassic part. I thought if I said that part,
I was thinking Pteranodon.
I thought maybe you might jump in early and say Pteranodon. And then as I knew, as I got through the longer question, when I got to the end, it was going to give it away, right?
Yes.
Once I started saying the distinctive kite-shaped upright plates,
then I knew.
It wasn't the Pteranodon.
Did you say it was a roof lizard?
That's what it's... Stegosaurus means roof lizard.
Oh.
Yeah.
But what do you think the roof part is? Because it's got shingles on it, maybe, or they look like shingles. Like I wonder what the roof part is. But anyways, okay.
Yeah, I'll come back to that.
Yeah, keep going.
A cloud forming a continuous horizontal gray sheet. You got stratus right away.
Yeah.
It has been used, and this one, once I picked all the discs, then I had to try and find a clue. And I'm like, how can I give you a clue for Rollo? But apparently I looked it up and it said, it has been used over the years as a pet form of Rudolph Ralph. And actually it said Roland Rudolph Ralph.
Yeah.
But I put Roland at the end.
So
because I'm like, as soon as I said Roland, it's going to be Roland. Yeah.
I think the only thing I might have done with that one, and maybe we have on one of our other quizzes, is this caramel filled chocolate. I think I said was good.
Yes.
There's enough to share.
I think if I did say that one, you would have guessed it right away because that was your clue.
That's right.
A slight earthquake. Oh, sorry. A person who manufactures articles of cast metal. I figured maybe as soon as I was talking about a person, you might have said a scavenger. Well, like you may have jumped in again, but you didn't. You waited to the end, and then
I almost thought like a griffin, and I'm like, I know a griffin's not a person, but for some reason it felt like it could have fit. Maybe.
Yeah.
And then founder, and then I'm like, oh, like a foundry. Okay.
Foundry, exactly. Slight earthquake.
Easy.
You got tremor right away. And then a wild carnivorous mammal. I thought maybe you might jump in early with jaguar.
I was going to.
But then you listened and it said hunting packs in a native to... Yeah, so you knew hunting pack.
And it wasn't even the pack. It was that you said native to Eurasia. What did you say?
Eurasia and North America.
And I think when I thought of Eurasia, I was like... And then North America, I'm like, there's no jaguars that I know of. They're in North America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you've marked them.
Yes, I have.
So you have flip, archer, paradox, pearl, stegosaurus, stratus, founder, tremor, and wolf.
Okay.
What is the one thing that links all those discs together?
The thing that I'm going to say, and I don't know all of the discs that well, actually, to tell you the truth.
I'm going to ask you for a very specific thing, but if you get close, I'll give it to you.
Okay.
But there is one specific thing that links them all together.
Well, I have a stratus, I have a Rollo, and I have a paradox. So I'm going to use this as my thought process on it. one, all of those are mid ranges, and I don't think that's the thing because that's not specific enough for
Correct.
you. But then the other thing about them is they're super, super understable. So I almost want to say that all of these discs are, and I don't know with Pearl and the rest, so this is a bit of a guess, but I'm going to say they're all like -4 turn.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yes.
You got it. So the Pearl, the Founder, the Stratus, the Rolo, the Flip, the Wolf, the Tremor, the Paradox, and the Stegosaurus are all -4 turn.
They are? Yeah.
Congratulations. You got it. And not only did you say, well, yeah, Shelly put it in the chat, they're all understable, which is where I thought you might go. But when I said I want to be specific, and you could have said -3, but I knew you had a Paradox.
Yes.
And I knew you had a Rolo. I didn't know you had a Stratus.
I did.
And I didn't know if you would know the flight numbers, because sometimes you say
I
to
don't
me,
always know.
you don't
Yeah.
always know the flight numbers. But you actually nailed it with -4.
Well, the thing that I could have, it was really a shot in the dark, except for the fact is I'm like, Rolo and Paradox, not only are they mids and not only are they understable,
Yeah.
they're super understable. And the Stratus kind of tied it together just because I know that one, that was my flip up disc for a long time when my arm was a bit weaker.
Right.
But then I'm like, is there really that many -4s?
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. The other ones are -3.5. Like they're the next.
3 or
So
down.
I looked and there was 10. Actually,
-4?
there was one -4.5.
What's that?
It was another dinosaur disc.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
But yeah, when I looked and I counted how many -4s there were 10. So I'm
Yeah.
like, perfect.
Well, and I should ask you, Shelly, as she's still in the chat there, how many did you get? Were you doing better than me? Were you shouting at the screen there? You'll have to let us know. Drop a quick comment about that. But Darryl, that was a great quiz. I like that you had the second tie to it. That was pretty cool.
So the Brachiosaurus is a 5.5 -4.51.
Okay.
And then you've got the Archer from
How is that
Discraft.
one ever gonna come into play?
Yeah, exactly. The Flip from Hooligan Discs, the Founder from Discmania, which I've never heard of, Axiom Paradox, Latitude 64 Pearl, Innova Rolo, a Dino Disc Stegosaurus,
Yeah.
Discraft Stratus, DGA Tremor, Innova Wolf, Daredevil, Caribou gets down to -3. So those top 10 there, or 11, including the Brachiosaurus, just happened to be that they were all -4. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to tie them all together. And then we're going to go random. So
I like that. I think I'll do that. I'll work on that to put a tie together. I've already got some thoughts.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, and because I'll tell you, I play Connections every day.
Yeah.
Jen and I'll play Wordle and
I've been doing those recently.
Yeah. So I really love all these types of games.
And what was the question that you asked me? Stegosaurus.
Yeah. Oh, was the roof lizard is what we were talking about. It looks like Shelly got 5 of them.
Right.
Yeah, nice. Roof lizard, hey? Weird.
Right there, Stegosaurus.
It means roof lizard.
Actually means roof lizard.
Huh.
Like that's the translation of roof lizard.
Cool.
There you go.
Well,
perfect.
Darryl,
Well, 2 minutes 14.
That's my new record, but I'm still not anywhere near you. I'm behind in a couple quizzes.
So what does this mean? Does it mean that my questions are too hard?
No, your questions were actually really good. I think they were a good combination of easy and difficult. I think it was the proper mix.
Good.
And I think that was a good one. And I bet you if I didn't have some of those discs, I wouldn't have been able to get that.
The Flip is a good name for a Heiser Flip -4 disc.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
for sure. Well, you could probably take that off, the new quiz off of there, because there is something that we need to do before we sign off for the evening. We need to get something really weird and strange going on.
Shelly, are you going to Nationals? Because you're out that area. I mean, if she's playing with Brooklyn, and Brooklyn's going to be at Worlds, I'm imagining that, with a big tournament like Nationals, Shelly might be out there.
Yeah.
I just wait for Shelly to reply before I carry on this conversation.
Okay.
But why don't we just say that if you like this episode, please leave a like and subscribe. Consider subscribing.
Yeah.
We always do giveaways. Go follow us on Instagram if you want to watch our content over there as well. It'd always help us out. We're aiming to get to 1,000 on Instagram.
That's right.
We're aiming to get to 500 on YouTube.
That's
Shelly's going to be out at Nationals. So I think what we'd have to do is we would get out there. We're going to play doubles with Brooklyn and Colleen.
Yes.
We're going to be meeting some other people out there. Alistair is going to be out there as well.
Mm-hmm.
What about if we all went to, 18's basket is right near the clubhouse, I'm imagining. When you finish the round, you're going to be right there.
Go to the end of the hole.
Yeah. Why don't we, all meet up?
Yeah.
Maybe grab a beer from the Hote Goat Cafe.
Sure.
Walk over to 18.
And maybe we'll just kind of hang out.
Around the basket. Thanks, everybody.